welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode number 29. This is the 17th episode of the anime, which is Mr. Delinquent vs. Muscle Runt, and the 201st chapter of the manga, Highest Floor of the Shadow Palace. This episode adapts chapters 124 and 125. It's basically the battle between Team B and Team C. Team B consisted of the main character of Black Clover, Asha, along with Mimosa, one of like 4 women in love with him, though he's completely oblivious to it, and a new character, Xerxes, that was real name was something else, against Team C, which is comprised of Mimosa's narcissist older brother, I don't remember his name, Sal Maron. I was right about her name being Maron because that was actually her last name, and Maga, the one who was delinquent and who basically once was basically publicly spanked for being delinquent. They showed in the flashback one of the series. This episode is basically flashbacks to a little bit to Mimosa's backstory of her childhood and a little bit to what Soul was up to just prior to the events of the series. The main battle is basically this. You have pretty much picking up like where last week's episode left off, where you have Mimosa's brother basically in a hole, and it's revealed that Asha was one dug it with his freaking sword. Oh, and by the way, apparently his sword is with him and it disappears. Yeah. That's why he can't just magically put it back out again. No idea. Oh, and Soul wakes him up by slapping him twice. And we also get flashback to basically a few years prior to events of the series, where she was simply a normal village girl who does know some magic, and the guy's like, oh yeah, we had to protect all the girl, despite the fact one of the guys is actually a freaking coward. And like, guys go off to do whatever. It's like, call Magic Knight's in trouble. And of course, Magic Knights take a freaking long time to get there. The bandits basically raid the town, and basically the guys. This is sort of a stereotypical sexist thing where, oh, the guys need to protect the girls, despite the fact that Soul can basically protect herself, no problem at all. Oh yeah, and this is where she first meets Charlotte for the first time. Charlotte basically saves her, convinces her, yeah, she gets stronger. I mean, she was probably impressed by her courage, and she's angry, she's a little weak, and she's like, get stronger and join the Magical Knights, and I'll be waiting for you in the Blue Rose Knights, which eventually does join. Though they don't show it here in the flashback, surprisingly, and asks what Mimosa's brother up to. Yeah, apparently, here's kind of the weird thing. Mimosa's mother is kind of like her brother. A narcissist, basically. Oh, the peasant is so ugly. Yeah, she does this with her fingers. I'm like, seriously, what the heck is your problem? What is your obsession with beauty that much that you impose this thing on your frickin' son, woman? At least the case of the daughter, who's already a beautiful woman already. At least she's not doing this. At least she's kind of like her own cousin Noelle, who doesn't treat peasants like the frickin' dirt. Which I'm very happy Mimosa basically is not treated that way. Yeah. Oh, and how does the battle end? Well, Mimosa, who's also taken on Soul, which I think this was a smart idea on the part of the creators, not only the anime, but the writer to do this, because if she took on manga, her power is basically weak against his because her power is freaking plants. So taking on Soul, smart idea. Of course, you have this very interesting battle going on also between Asha and Maga, basically using his flame turning into a freaking baseball bat and showing these fireballs into baseballs thrown at him. Of course, Asha keeps deflecting back, and of course, he does thank Asha for making Black Bull stronger. And of course, they actually get this. Team B wins by, get this, by having mostly using her weed magic to have it where the rock golem stops, opens up its freaking chest, which has the crystal in it, and have Asha jumping up and slicing it. This is, of course, after he had already taken out Mimosa's brother, who got punched in the face again by, well, of course, Zora basically, Zora just used a trap in midair, blocks his hand. Asha basically just smacks him in the head, gets defeated easily. And of course, the episode ends in basically winning, and of course, everybody being so happy. Charming, of course, is eating like a little apple sitting in the Wizard King's lap. Yep. And that's the episode. Well, there is a pretty Clover thing with having Soul, like who could be a good guy for, good lover for her captain. Even though it's quite obvious that she's in love with Yumi, she thinks it's herself because she doesn't trust any guys. Yeah, I've never known basically her being attracted to any guys in the series. If I want to think of a possible candidate for a good woman to be like good guy to hook her up with, manga probably not a good choice because of how arrogant he is. Fenrir might be a good choice. Yeah, Fenrir might be a good choice because of how much a ladies' man he is, and he probably does treat him with a good amount of respect. I should know. At least, from what I can tell about Soul, and of course, what I tell about Charlotte has nothing for Asha because these two have barely interact the whole series. At least he's interact with Soul, but Charlotte barely anything. I mean, at least Soul has basically knocked them around. Yep. And now on to the newest chapter of the manga. Let's see. Yeah, I was reading some. I was away. I was at Walmart. I was reading some chapters of the Case Closed manga. Which, by the way, I'm actually up to chapter 741, which that makes it currently about 291 chapters left to go for the whole series. All right, now move on to this new chapter manga. Chapter starts off with the demon who's basically behind a lot of the stuff in the series, taking on the leader of the Island Midnight Sun. Says takes a pass. You have a big brawl. They basically smash the place. The demon basically launched a a gauntlet spear at him. Yeah, actually it's a joust spear. Yeah, look at this thing. It's basically he forms a joust spear out of shadows. Yeah, that's a freaking joust spear. I know because I've seen these things basically in a couple of museums and of course seen live action movies. So yeah, fires the red at him, spins around, and of course somehow it blocks. And of course we have I think this is supposed to be Noelle. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Noelle, but why in the world she has ears? I mean, face-wise, it looks like Noelle, but I highly doubt it because, well, for one thing, why would she have elf ears and these marks on her face? It could be Noelle, but who knows? And I've kept the Yumi show up for a few pages. He's like, hey, you're not looking too hot right now. Yeah, as for why he's here, well, he shows up for a few pages, slices at stuff. Greg uses dark magic against the demon. It's a pretty good battle. Lacey does something. Of course, he slices at the demon, knocks out his freaking wing. And I think, no, that's not Asha. I'm looking at him. It's I'm thinking this is Fenrir. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the chapter ends with Fenrir getting basically pecked in the head by Nero. And then this is particularly very weird. Nero speaks. Yeah, Nero is this bird who has been popping up over the course of the series. This thing. Yeah, this bird speaks. And he says this. So what is it? What is it? Oh, Nero, take me to the skeleton of the demon. Yeah, I'm like, what? The bird talks. Okay, this is quite unusual. But I'm glad the fact Yui finally does something because most of this arc, he hasn't done much, from what I've seen when I'm reviewing this thing, he hasn't done much of anything. This is probably the first chapter he's done something. Now, I've been hearing rumors that we might get a time skip soon. As for when, I have no idea. I heard, the one rumor I heard, it was going to be after, like, chapter 200, or at least after chapter 198. Maybe the writer's going to hold off on the time skip. Maybe it's going to be happening after this arc wraps up, but who knows? But as of this chapter, my gosh. You want to know how long this arc is going on for? Like, almost 70 chapters. Yeah, this is the 69th chapter of this frickin' arc. Yes, 69 chapters. Wow. I don't think this is going to be the end of the series. No, I think there's still plenty of story to tell. I hope so. Yep. So I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9.5 out of 10. I give the extra point. I probably would give this 9 out of 10. But that shocking ending with the bird talking, that's what got to the 9.5. Because this was a good chapter. mind you, yes, I love the battles in here. I love the big brawl in here with the leader, the Idamanite Sun, taking on the demon who has been popping out for the past several chapters, and Yumi showing up. That was basically an awesome point for that. But the extra point goes to Nero speaking. That was awesome. I did not expect it to happen. Okay? So that's it for this particular video. I have 2 more videos coming today. Next thing I'm going to do, of course, I have to get this video up and watch the newest episode of One Punch Man. Yep, that'll be next. And possibly after that, it will be Fairy Tail. If not, I'll probably say Fairy Tail for tomorrow, provided it's been uploaded by now. Okay? But to see you in the next review. Bye.